for a paycheck, and they get a decent paycheck, and they give a decent amount of effort and time and talent to their job, but it's not a passion. It's not something they really love doing. And when you find something that meets all your financial needs and all your obligations to live and to survive, and you feel like it's a passion, that's the perfect combination.
Yeah, it's just, and I'm surrounded by people that are really, really in love with what they do. Our whole team at Lifetime, whether it be our scripted team that I work really closely with or some of our unscripted execs, everybody loves what they do. And because we work long hours, you have to.
Right.
And it's so great what it is that we get to do, and to be surrounded by people that are good at what they do and happy doing what they're doing.
Right. Oh, and I love what you were saying about A&E Networks has a new chief executive.
Yes, our president, Paul Buccieri. And when he came in last year, it was last year, he came in and he said, look, one of my big things is kindness. He was like, I don't think it's impossible to work in this business and not be kind. He said, so it's going to be infused into everything that we do here. And kindness doesn't mean weakness. Kindness doesn't mean that you're passive. But what kindness means is that you respect everyone that you work with. And sometimes being kind is telling a hard truth. Sometimes being kind is letting someone know that you're not going to be able to meet a deadline because that's kind and respectful of their time. So everything that he talks about at work, we really try to live, and it's kind of boiled down into this little statement of mean what you say what you mean, and don't be mean when you say it. And it's really simple, but it really, gets to the root of what it is that we do at A&E Networks, and specifically at Lifetime for us is we want to make sure that we are honest, that we are direct, but that we are kind with the way that we do our business. And that's infused in the way that we give notes. It's infused in the way that we pass on things. It's infused in the way that we negotiate deals. We're not in the business of trying to hurt people. We're not in the business of trying to swindle or cheat people. We're in the business of making good things at costs that make sense for everyone.
Right. And we were talking about budgets, too. You were saying your basic budgets tend to range from what?
We work on lots of different ranges. We can do something that's closer to 1.2 million. We could do something that's closer to 5. It just really depends on what the project really needs and where it lands and what we're trying to do fiscally. So they go everywhere. We do it all. We figure it out.
Well, that sounds like the way to do it. Very flexible, and yet having an openness. Bringing 600 and some odd submissions to the table and narrowing it down to 20. Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
What do you do with the ones that you don't pick?
We respectfully pass on them and, hope that someone can get them made somewhere else. It just probably won't be with us because we passed.
Right.
But we also recognize that every submission is somebody's passion. And so making sure that we're respectful with people's babies. And if we have to hand them their baby back, to make sure that we hand it back in the right way.
Right.
But yeah, there were 603 that we passed on last year.
Whew, that is a lot.
And that's on top of doing the work that we have to do to get the ones that we bought made before these.
Right.
So we're a lean, mean team, and we're busy. We do everything. We do submissions, we do development. We're with our projects when they're in production. And we're with our projects in post. Right.
I remember you were out of town at one point when I was in LA. We were going to get together and have a cup of coffee or something, and you were on location. You were on site.
Yeah, we were. I had 2 projects. I had one that was in post, and I had to go and sit in the edit room with the editor and kind of fix some things that weren't working. And then I was also in prep on another movie, so went to the production meeting, casting, making sure that everything was set, making sure that we were ready for our first day of photography. And we're involved and we're there. And then once they're done, we're working with our internal teams on marketing and PR and social and digital and making sure that everyone at the network really knows what it is that we're doing and how we really want to roll it out and work with everyone and make sure that it has the broadest reach possible. So we're a one-stop shop over at the movie team. We do it all, and we work with everyone.
And you do it with a smile, and you do it with a passion. And I, speaking of passions, I'm going to take a little side trip here. I know for a fact that one of your passions is great food.
I love cooking, and I love good food. I love trying new restaurants, and I was telling Jeannie earlier that it's a family thing. My grandfather was the cornerstone of our family. He passed away 6 years ago, but he would keep a kitchen hot all day. He would wake up early in the morning, and for the people that got up early, he would make them breakfast. Then for those of us that got up a little later, he would make breakfast for us, and then he would clean the kitchen from breakfast, and then he would start lunch. And we would have our lunch, and then he would clean that up, and he would probably already have something either on the pit smoking or getting ready in the oven. And it was a communal thing, because everyone would kind of be around the kitchen, sitting at the counter or at the table, and we were always eating and laughing, and it was a loud house.
Yeah.
And now that my grandparents have passed, my mom and my uncles and aunts have really kept that tradition up, and we had a whole week's worth of an itinerary that we got sent before we showed up.
Right before you flew here. Right?
Yeah, and we had a Turkey Eve dinner where my aunt made meatloafs and baked potatoes, and then we had our Thanksgiving meal, and then on Friday we had burgers for my little cousin's 20th birthday, and then on Saturday my uncle made breakfast in the morning, and then we had a barbecue that night. And it's all just about community and being together and laughing, and we moved all the furniture and danced. We just have a good time, and all of those
I want to come to your family gatherings.
We have
really
a lot of fun in San Antonio. We do it big. But then all of those recipes were all like, now my generation is starting to cook and take over different dishes and making things for the family, and it's great. And I'm really, really, really blessed to be from the family that I'm from, and to be able to have that legacy to pass on to future generations.
Right.
Yeah.
And having a big family just sounds like such an enjoyable, good time had by all. I come from a fairly small family, and our generation of 5 siblings, there's 5 of us, and only 2 of us had any children. Mm-hmm. Well, no, I take that back. My brother had a couple late in life. But, of 5 siblings, 2 of our siblings didn't have any kids at all. Mm-hmm. And the other 3, I had 2, my brother had 2, and my one sister had 1. Mm. So there's only 5 grandchildren from, 5 siblings. That's not a lot of output. No. And then of my kids, I have 2 sons that are both married and past 30 now, and there's only 1 grandchild between the 2 of them. So the numbers are dwindling.
Yeah, my parents are on us. Both of my siblings are married. I'm not. And neither one of them have kids. And my dad's like, what are y'all waiting on?
Tick-tock.
He's like, I'm ready to be a grandpa. I'm like, hey, relax. But yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, I think there's a whole world out there of generations that are having kids later in life. Mm-hmm. And a lot of adoption going on. My oldest son.
I'm in it.
Yeah, there you go.
That later in life.
Yeah, well, if it's any consolation, my brother was 40 before he had his first son. And
I will be like your brother.
That's right. And then I was 42 when the second one came along. And, their moms and dads are older later in life than they used to be. And as opposed to, my mom was a teenager when she got married, and I was born when she was like 19. I think those days are pretty long gone, generally speaking.
I think so, for the most part.
Yeah. And, it is what it is. It's cyclical how it all comes together.
It'll all come back around at some point. Yeah.
Now, I just want you to come up with a custom cocktail and name it after Sarasota.
I can.
I think the Sarasota cilantro martini has got to be in your future.
I'm going to play with that. Jeannie told me about this cilantro martini that she had, and I said, well, I need to figure this out because it sounded delicious.
Didn't that sound great?
And we'll call it like the Sarasota slang or something.
Yeah, the Sarasota season of sculpture. Because we actually have a season of sculpture where they put these giant sculptures on the bayfront, right? And they bring them in, import them from all around the world. Big, 18, 20-foot high sculptures. They line the bayfront with them. So maybe our Sarasota cilantro sculpture will be
That'll be the cocktail.
That'll be the cocktail. Yeah, I'm liking it. Put a couple of big Gulf shrimp on there. Yeah.
You've got me at golf.
I got me at golf. It's true. Well, we're going to run out of time here, but what will bring you back to Sarasota?
Well, the hospitality definitely will bring me back.
Okay.
Everyone here has been so lovely. The beaches here are beautiful, and you can't turn a corner without hitting a theater. So
right.
I'm coming back to see all the shows.
That's right. I wish you were staying here longer. We've got some great premieres that will be happening for the holidays. And we've got that new theater I showed you, the West Coast Black Theater Troupe. Their new theater is stunning. Beautiful build out.
Beautiful place.
And then, of course, the Opera House and Florida Studio Theater and the Oslo. And, there's just so many wonderful places to go. And there's opera and ballet and fun stuff. The Urbanite Theater is very edgy, new theater, very different, very fresh.
This is like the cultural hub of Florida.
It is. We are the cultural crown of Florida.
See?
Or
maybe better than a hub.
Maybe we're the jewel in the crown. I think we're the because there's a lot of culture in Florida, but I think we're the jewel in the crown over here in Sarasota on this coast.
Awesome.
So, we hope to get you back soon.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. And thank you for your time and your talent and the insight into what you're doing at Lifetime, as well as sharing the personal side of who Mychael Chinn is.
Yay.
Because you're a great guy.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And to those of you listening, thanks for listening. Listen to entertain you again, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye for now. I want to thank you for listening. I'm Jeannie Corcoran, your Sarasota County, Florida Film Commissioner. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can go to www.filmsarasota.com, or you can call us toll-free from wherever you are at 888-765-5777, extension 104. We're easy to get a hold of. And we like email. You can email us at info@filmsarasota.com. And we check all of our email. If you don't hear back from us right away, it's not that we haven't gotten it, but we might have a computer glitch. I hate to admit it, but it happens a lot. We've had emails that disappear for a month. We've had phone messages that disappear for 2 months, but they show up eventually. So we will get a hold of you. Or you can get a hold of us, ask us questions, and if we can help you, we will. And if we can't, maybe we can steer you in a good direction to somebody who will help you. And that's it for me. I'm Jeannie Corcoran, and you've been listening to Entertain You on the Radio Ear Network, and this is the Society Bites network of programs. Thanks for listening. Talk to you again soon.